So you're ready to get LinkV05, your very own digital companion for your desktop. That's awesome. But you've probably hit that first big fork in the road. Which version do you pick? This isn't just some small choice, It's about deciding where your AI's brain is actually going to live. So let's dive in and figure this out. First up, just a super quick reminder of what we're even talking about. LinkV05 is not just another chatbot window you pull up. Nope. This is a personalized, kind of holographic companion that has a permanent spot right on your desktop. It can see your screen when you ask it to, it can open your files and apps, and it really gets to know you over time. It's built to be a real sidekick. And that brings us right to the heart of the matter. You've got this one huge choice to make. Is your companion going to be powered by massive servers way out in the cloud, or is it going to run completely and privately right there on your own PC? And believe me, this one decision changes everything, from your privacy to the kind of performance you can expect. Okay, to keep things simple, let's just think of it as choosing between two different paths. On one side, you've got what we'll call the cloud brain, and on the other side, the local brain. Each one has its own set of rules, its own strengths, and its own requirements. This right here, this slide breaks down the whole thing perfectly. So Gemlink, that's the cloud brain. It plugs directly into Google's super powerful Gemini AI. That means it is incredibly intelligent, and it's super easy on your computer. The catch? You've got to have an internet connection. Then you've got LocalLink, the local brain. This one runs entirely on your own machine. Total 100% privacy, and it even works offline. The price you pay for all that control? Well, it needs some serious hardware muscle to pull it off. So how in the world do you actually decide? Well, it really just boils down to three key things: the power of your computer, how much you care about privacy, and the overall price you'll pay, both for hardware and maybe some small fees. Let's dig into each of those. This table just lays it all out, doesn't it? I mean, look at that contrast right in the middle. Privacy. With Gemlink, your conversations are sent to Google's API. But in exchange, it'll run on pretty much any computer. With LocalLink, everything stays locked down on your device. But that absolute privacy comes at the cost of needing some beefy hardware, which, we're going to talk about right now. Okay, let's get real for a second, because for a lot of people, this is the deal breaker. If you want to run the local brain, you can't just use any old laptop. You need a dedicated graphics card. We're talking an RTX 3060 or something better. You also need at least 16 gigs of RAM and Python installed. Yeah, this is basically the setup for a good gaming PC or a workstation. Now, if those hardware specs for LocalLink sound a little scary, let's talk about the cost of Gemlink. I know that phrase API fees can sound intimidating, but look at this. The default model it uses is designed to be ridiculously cheap. We're talking like a single penny for 20 or 30 back and forth messages. For most people, this is going to be a tiny, tiny cost. But then again, you really can't put a price on total, absolute privacy. This quote right here just nails the magic of LocalLink. It works completely off the grid. No Wi-Fi? No problem. No data gets sent to anyone ever. And there are zero limits on how much you can talk to it. If you've got the hardware, this is as good as it gets for digital freedom. Now hold on, before you start thinking these are two totally separate apps, let's be super clear. It doesn't matter which brain you choose, you get the same core set of awesome superpowers. The fundamental experience is exactly the same. And what are those superpowers? Well, both versions can look at your screen. They both wake up with a simple hotkey, or you can just say the wake word, link. They can open your local files and programs, and you can have a totally hands-free conversation. And of course, you get that really cool 3D orb that shows emotion and reacts to what you're saying. All of that comes standard no matter which one you pick. Okay, here is a really, really important little detail, especially for all you folks leaning towards LocalLink because it's offline. The very first time you launch the app, both versions need an internet connection. It's just a one-time thing. The app has to download some essential files to make the offline voice and interface work. After that single download, LocalLink can go completely off the grid and stay there forever. All right, we've talked power, we've talked privacy, we've talked price, and we've covered all the shared features. So now it's time to land this plane. Let's put it all together and help you decide for real which link is the one for you. So here's the bottom line. Just look at these two descriptions and see which one sounds more like you. You should probably choose Gemlink, the cloud version. If you're using a pretty standard computer, you want the absolute smartest AI possible, and you're pretty much always online anyway. It's the easy path. But you should absolutely choose local link if privacy is your number one non-negotiable thing. If you've already got a powerful PC and you just love the idea of an AI that's completely yours with no limits, well, the local brain is calling your name. In the end, it really is your call. And it's a pretty interesting one, right? It says a lot about what you value more, the incredible, almost limitless intelligence you can get from the cloud, or the total, unshakable privacy and control of your own machine.